All right, so we are back on the Doug Siravo show. Alongside me on the bottom, we have Matthew Gizzy. Matt, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How's it going, guys?
Welcome back. We have Brandon Schwartz to the right of me, or the left, the way the camera angle is. And then we have Andrew Brem. Andrew, how are you today? Good to hear you. So I want to start with Brandon. Brandon, how was that lobster roll that you got?
Oh my God, biggest ripoff ever. $18 for that? You got to be kidding me. If it was $9, that'd be different, but $18 for that? I mean, come on.
Yeah, you should have gotten my meal because
Those quesadillas were pretty good.
Yeah.
The quesadillas were good, so I really don't have much to complain about. I mean, there wasn't really too much lobster in it, but it was still good.
Yeah, my thing was loaded with junk.
Yeah, I saw it. It was like
it looked like somebody emptied the fridge out.
It was all like the quesadilla mix.
Yeah, tater tots, lobster.
Yeah, you were missing quite a few. You were not missing, but there wasn't really that much lobster on it.
And we didn't even go AB yet.
All right, so we have plenty. Matt disappeared, I guess. Oh, there he is. So we have plenty to get to today, but first I want to start with returning to our games. Brandon and I, he went to the Garden, and I went to the Prudential Center. Brandon, how was your experience at Madison Square Garden?
Well, it was great to be back. It's been a long time. It's probably the last time I was at Madison Square Garden was probably when I went to the Rutgers Michigan game in middle of February. Actually, it was last year. It's been a long time, but I got to say I had a great time. But it's not the same when you don't have 20,000 fans in that arena.
Oh, for sure, especially the Garden.
The Garden. The sound was very light. There was the fans were loud, but nowhere near as close.
Did they play fan noise at the game?
They did not at the Garden.
See, when I was at the Devil game, that's all I heard was fan noise.
See, the Devils need that to actually have.
I knew you were going to throw something in there like that.
Well, it's the truth, Dougie. You know, you may not want to admit it, but it's just how it is.
I knew you were going to throw something in there like that.
Well, it's how it is, like I said.
But yeah, they had the bottom rows blocked off, as you could see on the bottom. There was distance, of course. Well, this was after the game before we left because they called out. Well, Brandon, when you were at the Garden, did they say like this section can leave now?
Well, yeah. I mean, they were very, they like, for example, at the end of the game, you couldn't really stay that long in the section. You had to they kicked you out right away. I just heard something like they wouldn't let you stay that long after, so they kind of kicked you right out. But yeah, they were very easygoing there. There were plenty of seats to sit in. If you don't want to sit in your assigned seat, you could have easily moved down a couple of rows and sit at the other seats. But yeah, I mean, overall, it was a good time. It was good to be back.
Yeah, I thought I had a great experience. Besides the Devils getting destroyed by the Rangers that Thursday night game.
Yep. Good time.
For you, it could have been, but it wasn't a good time for me.
Well, it should have been.
We got killed. 6-1. Islander game, there was like 3 goals, so it was kind of bad. But I was happy to be back. That's all I have to say. I was happy to be back at the Prue. Brian, I'm sure you were happy to be back at the Garden. It was a truly great experience. I'm pretty happy that I'm able to go back to games. So I just wanted to take a quick commercial break because my battery needs to be charged, so I want to put it in. So we'll be right back after this quick 30-second timeout.
The Rangers won, too.
Yeah, I know. The Rangers won.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing play-by-play for high school sports. Last game was on a Thursday. Last game was last Wednesday, and I forgot to charge my battery today. So, good thing I checked. Otherwise, the show would have the show would have ended without my knowledge.
So what was the play-by-play you're doing?
I was doing play-by-play for Monroe High School
Which sport?
hockey.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, team reporter there for many years, Matt. You know that.
I don't know. With your talent, Doug, I wouldn't be surprised if you were doing 20 different, teams. So,
I mean, I think Andrew and I we should consider. Well, Andrew left. Andrew, what happened? So I want to have a conversation with Matt. Matt, where do you think the Rangers go from here?
As far as what you mean, front office or just where they end up?
The rest of the season, I think they're what 10-9-3.
I mean, I think it's. I mean, they certainly looked better before that bad loss last game. I don't know. It's a tough division, right? Maybe I mean
Yes.
it's one of the toughest in the leagues, right?
Definitely tough.
So I don't know. It's gonna they're playing Pittsburgh again,
Hey.
and that was a bad loss to Pittsburgh, and they haven't been able to beat Pittsburgh. Not really.
I saw Keith Kincaid is getting playing time with
Well,
the Rangers now.
Yeah, it was funny you said that. Yeah, that was another thing we were thinking. Maybe Keith Kincaid might come in and see what he could do, and but yeah, right now where you just as a Rangers fan, you're kind of just you're hoping get Panarin back, hoping turn things around maybe a little bit after the bad loss, and then just keep going from there. Get a win and hopefully string a few together.
Yeah, so the way I think I think the Rangers they're close, but they're not that far away. I think they need a few more pieces, and then they could probably contend. And I hate to say it, contend for a Stanley Cup.
Well, I think getting Panarin back there is definitely going to be a huge boost back. And they got guys. The Rangers have had some bad injuries over the season. Had guys like Hedel, who's just starring it up within his first few games off the beginning of the season. And then he gets injured right in a bad injury against Pittsburgh. Different guys, Trouba getting injured. I mean, it's hard with different injuries, but one bright spot, Kreider has just been playing out of his mind. So,
Do you think he'll be the future captain?
It's hard to say. I mean, they have a lot of good choices. I've heard rumors about just because of his standing, Alexei Lafreniere possibly ending up being the captain. But I think just the way Kreider's playing, if he could continue to do that, maybe some kind of form rest of the season, I think he's a real leader on the team. So I think it would either be maybe him or Trouba. Trouba adds a big physical element to his game and just overall great player as well. Maybe Zibanejad, right? Panarin, but I think Panarin they'd probably keep as an A. But I think if I had to choose one, I think they would probably choose Kreider right now.
What do you think about the play of Kevin Rooney? I feel like a lot of Devil fans, including myself, truly took him for granted. And I saw the way he performed against the Devils on Thursday and Saturday. Truly underrated player, but also a great player to have on a Stanley Cup contending team. What do you think about Kevin Rooney?
Yeah, I mean Rooney. He's definitely interesting guy. I mean, I think Devils. I think they're pretty foolish to get rid of him because he's definitely got some talent. I think he definitely play like where he's assigned to play, and his role on the team, and like him, Blackwell. These are guys that at least coming into the season, Rangers. We didn't know who they were. They shit up. We're like, who are these guys? But I mean, I think they both played well, right? And they've been nice additions to the team. So it's good to see them. Overall as a team playing well together, despite bad loss. I think they could turn it around though, and I think they've been playing a lot better. So we'll see how that goes. But definitely, they're definitely good players to have on your team.
All right, so I want to get into a football conversation now. I want to start with the signing of Dak Prescott going to the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon, how important was it for the Cowboys to get back Dak?
It's a major win.
Is your name Brandon?
Yes, it is. No, I'm joking.
Let's go back to Brandon. Your mic is mute.
Sorry. It helps. First, well, I
It
think
hurts us Giant fans for sure.
it hurts us, but it helps Dallas at least have a feeling they can at least compete in the NFC East again. And they signed him at a not a cheap contract. It's a 4-year, $160 million deal, which is not a cheap contract at all. You know, Dak Prescott is he's a good player with this team. He means a lot to Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones likes Dak Prescott a lot. And I think he's a solid player. I think he brings a lot to this team. And he helps develop a lot of players around the roster.
All right, Brem, how do you feel about the signing of Dak Prescott to the Cowboys, his contract extension?
I think it's a great deal for the fact that the Dallas Cowboys have been struggling for the last couple of years. And I think this will be a way for them to rebuild and eventually progress throughout the NFL. So I think it's overall a solid deal.
A solid deal. Can you
Yes.
give me like a reason why?
Because it's an expensive contract, and you're getting a guy from another team.
But he was a Cowboy.
He was
Well-
from the Giants though. And
To
then-
Andrew's defense, you did kind of throw. It looked like you were kind of trying to lead him on there, Doug. So don't think I didn't see that.
What do you mean?
No, I don't know. I think. Why don't you ask me what I think? How about that?
I'm gonna get to you. I'm gonna
All right.
get to you. Don't worry. But wait, hold on. Do you know that he was a Cowboy, Andrew, and he just got extended?
Yeah,
I feel like you thought he was a New York Giant.
I thought. Yeah, I think that. All right, never mind. My bad.
All right, never
I'm thinking of
mind.
somebody else for a second.
Never mind. My bad. All right, so let's go to Matt, and I want to discuss the New York Jets with him since he's a big Jet fan. Where do you see the Jets going at number 2? There's a lot of talk for Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely gonna be an interesting draft. I mean, it's been a while. I don't know. The last time the Jets had a number 2 pick was maybe like Keyshawn Johnson or something like that.
They traded him too, right?
Yes, and look what happened. Turned out going to the Hall of Fame, just like we've seen that Jamal Adams might do, and they didn't. Like I said, I've said in the past, I don't think they got enough for him, nearly enough, right? Especially with the heart that he played with. But yeah, the Jets got a few different options. I mean, hey, I think you never know what's gonna happen in the draft. So,
Yeah, that's true for sure.
I mean, as much as Trevor Lawrence would look to go the first pick, I think the Jaguars they do have Minshew still, and that Minshew mania. I think that for what he had to work with, he definitely played well. It's just hard when their defense is just
Because he looked good in the beginning of his career.
Yeah, and he did look pretty good. I mean, I think that with the Jaguars, they should focus more on building. Maybe got the offensive line, just building that defense more. That with you could do a lot with the first overall defensive pick, maybe, right? Or trade that and get it later, which I would think that would be the better option. But yeah, I think I'm not completely convinced to go with Trevor Lawrence yet. But if they do, I think Justin Fields, another guy that maybe the Jets could look to get. And
Because if you look at the Jaguars, they completely fell apart since that conference championship game.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I don't think there's a player there from that team still.
Yeah, I mean, like what you got from you had Calais Campbell. He left.
He's in Baltimore now, right?
I believe yes. I think.
I think he's in Baltimore.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. But yeah, I think he got injured. That was a problem that they had Baltimore.
Calais Campbell.
And
Let's see what Siri says.
of course,
Yeah, he's in Baltimore.
Jalen Ramsey, going to the Rams, and so I mean, there was
Blake Bortles is nowhere to be found.
Well, Blake Bortles, I believe, if he was actually what team was he on? I think wasn't he like the third string to like Tampa Bay or something like that?
I think he was, and I think he got cut, and then I think he was on the practice squad of one of the teams.
Yeah, I believe it's like their backup or something. But
Blake
yeah,
Bortles.
Yeah, because I thought I saw him in the.
Oh, he's actually on the LA Rams.
That's at the Rams, because I remember after they saw Goff. Now was that he was there with them last year?
Yeah.
Because I remember I was watching them, and when they're talking about how Goff would be doing, and I remember seeing Blake Bortles in I think it was one of the playoff games or whatever, and I was like, hey, when's Blake Bortles gonna come in? But so I don't know. I mean, it's definitely interesting though what's going on. What happened with Jared Goff going to Detroit, and then Matthew Stafford going to LA. I mean, it definitely, should be interesting to see what happens there, how Matthew Stafford adapts to a new team, this stage of his career. But I think it'll definitely be fun to watch, just to see how that all goes down. But with the Jets, I mean, like I said, the Jets aren't exactly, when they do choose well, it seems that they end up trading them away prematurely. And then if they don't choose right, then it seems like that's just the other thing the Jets do. So it's hard, but I mean, they don't give you much of a reason to hope the Jets, other than I guess the Jets. You got your fan, the fan base. You got your fan. You're just a fan of them, but you just gotta hope. Hopefully that they turn things around. Hopefully they start by doing right this draft.
So, Brandon, where do you think the Giants go in regards to the draft, in regards to the offseason, whether it's trade, free agency?
Well, I think we're heading in the right direction, especially today after signing Kyle Pitts tight end to a deal. That helps us out a lot too.
I like that move.
Yeah, it's a good move. I think it's going to help them a lot, and they could build with Evan Ingram on that tight end area. But I think the Giants still have question marks they have to figure out with Daniel Jones. No one really knows whether he's going to be, the quarterback in the next 5-10 years. They're looking. The thing with the Giants is they're looking for that one guy that could be.
Yeah, like an Eli Manning, a Peyton Manning, Tom Brady.
And it's not an easy thing to find. It's not. It's not an easy thing to find. But the Giants, the New York Giants, always they want to be that special team that could find that face of the franchise quarterback. And it's not hard. It's not easy to find a guy like an Eli Manning, because those guys could be Hall of Famers.
Right. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think today it's different to have these franchise quarterbacks, and because everything with the money, free agency, you'll have some guys that stay forever. Maybe Dak Prescott would be a Cowboy forever. But do you think it was different in the early 90s, early 2000s compared to now?
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to also do with, could be, the tech. It could be social media stuff that involved with the players and stuff. A lot of this stuff, all this stuff plays into, how these players make the decisions, how the owners make the decisions. Because back in the 90s and the 80s, we didn't have all the stuff we have now. So I think a lot of it is different now. I totally agree with that. It's not as easy to find your franchise quarterback now than it used to be in the 90s and 80s and even the early 2000s.
Because you even have someone like Sam Darnold that could be on the move. So it's like
he's a perfect example, because one post on social media will say, "Oh, he should not be with the Jets anymore." Another post would say, he should be with the Jets. So all that stuff gets in Sam Darnold's mind, saying, "I don't know where I'm going to be heading with this team. Should I do this? Should I do that?" And that tells Joe Douglas, "I don't even know what to do." All this stuff could also confuse. It could confuse ownership. It could confuse ownership in the decision making they have. So all this, it's a little different than it used to be back in the old days.
So I want to ask someone like Andrew. I want Andrew to answer that question too. Andrew.
About what it's like to draft someone compared to
Yeah, like
4
is it
years ago.
different today compared to the early '90s, 2000s?
I definitely would agree for the fact that we have more technology, we have more social media outlets, we have more ways of communicating to the public than we did back in the 80s and 90s. Now with all the social media and all the technology we have, we could easily right away say this guy should be drafted, this guy shouldn't be drafted, and then a huge debate could be made on social media in just minutes from just one post. One post, like if you like with Sam Darnold, you could say he shouldn't be drafted to the Jets. He should be drafted somewhere else, and then you could have all these people like on Twitter debate about it, and it just goes nonstop.
Yeah, because you could have an owner that says Sam's our guy, and then you have all these rumors twirling around,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden, he's out the door.
Right? Yeah, we didn't have in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s
But
Facebook,
back to that
Twitter.
point, actually, Brandon, you think the 2004 draft or you could even say 2005 with Aaron Rodgers, with Eli and Phillip Rivers, how do you think social media would have reacted to that news of Eli not wanting to be in San Diego?
It would have meant a lot. He wanted to be in San Diego or
He
no?
didn't want to be in San Diego, and then I think the day of the draft, or 3 days before the draft, well, there was a rumor going on, and I think someone went to Archie about it. So yeah, he didn't want to be in San Diego. The Giants drafted him. Giants were trying to build a trade, and then that's when they got Phillip Rivers, sent Phillip to San Diego, and luckily, don't take anything away from Phillip Rivers, great quarterback, but I feel like we're lucky that we were able to get Eli.
Yeah, it's those little it's those little things, if there was what we had now back then, there would have been 100 different messages back and forth, back and forth. One guy would say, "Oh, he wants to be there." One guy he wants to see. One guy would say, "Oh, he wants to be there. He wants to be there. He wants to go there." So yeah, the craziness would have stirred back then too. There wasn't as many. What's the word? There weren't as many
Distractions, basically.
Yeah, distraction, but there's another word like there weren't as many rumors going around as there are now, because all we have now, you look on the internet, you see rumors. Oh, one day ago, rumors. We really didn't have that back in 2004 with that draft. We have the internet now, which gives us different rumors about what's happening, what's going to happen. But yeah, I totally think that if we had this back in 2004, it would have been a lot different.
All right, so we're in the conversation. Matt, you could talk, and then I'll get to my point.
But yeah, I think luck had nothing to do with that Eli going to the Giants, not going there, but right, with anything. I think there's definitely a few things that I was thinking about as you guys were talking. You guys made some great points. I was thinking how Giants are looking for that franchise quarterback. They're looking for their next Eli, as you may put it. One person may say, right? But I think a couple things there. I remember that the Giants did, it did take a little bit for Eli to get going with the Giants, and they stayed patient with him. So they let him develop, and then he turned into he became a Hall of Fame quarterback, right?
Yeah, personally, I think if they didn't go on that Super Bowl run in 2007, I think he would have been out the door. That's just how I feel.
Yeah, well, I think also though with would you see with with Daniel Jones, I personally think that it's probably more of a coaching, that the problem is their coaching of him. That we've seen what he could do with his legs, and that's the whole game nowadays is the new quarterbacks, being able to run the ball and be able to make plays with that. And this guy, he's hit a top speed faster than Lamar Jackson. That just that.
And then he fell in Philly.
That I mean, they are. Yeah, well, that says something though about what he can, what he could do about his speed, and that they gotta. I still think they have to use that in this game. That they're not using that when he's playing, but it's such a integral part of. I feel like if they just made the playbook more suited towards him, suited towards that game, they could really, he could really find some big success with it and really take a giant leap. But I don't. It's again, it's how many times has it been that the Giants coaching, at least ever since Tom Coughlin, we've been wondering why are they doing this, why are they doing that, and on
Yeah, Ben
offense even more with
McAdoo.
offensive coordinators, So
Speaking of Ben McAdoo, that guy was a clown for taking out Eli and bringing in Geno Smith.
well, I think it was definitely. I mean, Jets fans definitely saw plenty of Geno.
He was a bust.
I don't want to relive too many memories there, but I mean, yeah, it was definitely, and I think, but one of the things I think Giants fans also need to own up. At least ones I've come into contact with a lot when Eli was having struggles with the team, right? How many of them were just dumping on Eli? Their Super Bowl,
A lot of them.
exact championship MVP, quarterback, right? Just saying I'll get rid of him. It's Eli's fault. If Eli wasn't in, if you aren't right, then Daniel Jones came in, right? And I guess people thought, oh, because Eli's out, you should be, doing a lot better, right? But I mean, I still today, as I thought then, I don't think it was Eli's fault. That situation he was in. I mean, he was at the end of his career, right? But I mean, you can't, they're putting it all on Eli, and they just didn't have enough around Eli with the defense or the offense. The offensive line. I mean, it's just brutal. So there's the coaching. I mean, it was just a failure at all stances of the Giants organization. That it was Eli was more of a scapegoat, I think, used by the fans. So I think Giants fans gotta realize that now. Like, hey, if maybe what would happen if we kept Eli in there. So, but yeah.
So we're talking about franchise quarterbacks, and I want to bring up Drew Lock because this is a guy that the Broncos drafted in hopes of him being their future, their franchise quarterback. So, Brent, when is it time for him to reach that level? I know he's been hurt. I know he's been inconsistent. But when you look at other quarterbacks, you could look at Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. They have founded their game. So you think Drew Lock maybe needs more talent around him and give him one more year to see what he has, especially with a receiver like Jerry Jeudy? Or do you think, he's an average quarterback?
You're talking about Drew Lock?
Yeah, Drew Lock.
Yeah, I mean, I really think he's a developing quarterback. I think people think he was going to be really good when he came out of Missouri. I don't think the Broncos have a lot of guys around their offensive line that could help him. I think they need to rebuild that offensive line for them to get better. But I think this guy could be a really good quarterback in the next few years. Question is, will he stay? Will he want to stay in Denver? That's a question mark. I mean, who knows if they would end up trading for him for somebody else? I don't know if that's been a question mark for anybody. I don't know if anybody's been talking about that, but I think what you have to do is you have to build this line around Locke because he's a good player. But imagine if you could build this line around him, he could be a really good solid quarterback.
Angel, I'll let you comment. And what do you feel about Drew Lock and the Denver Broncos? Because this team hasn't been the same. Well, the defense has been consistent in some ways. This team hasn't. Offensively, though, this team hasn't been the same since Hall of Famer. We can say that now. Well, he was always a Hall of Famer, but now it's official. Hall of Famer Peyton Manning. So where do you think the Broncos go from here?
I haven't really been following the Broncos, but I hope I'm eventually.
But based on everything we said, all the
Not many
talked about.
people follow the Broncos.
I
Yeah,
know,
I don't
but
really follow the Broncos.
I don't
I don't think
either,
anybody
but
does.
they
Yeah.
they were just. I mean, I know they were just terrible. Really, I mean,
Yeah, and your
Yeah.
favorite guy's on, by the way, Doug.
Johnny D.
Uh-huh.
yeah. So I mean, yeah.
But based on what we've seen from Drew Lock, does he need to step it up, or do you think he's just like average?
He needs to step it up to the point where he has to be the best for everyone.
All right, good answer,
Well
Bram.
said.
Well said, buddy.
That was
All right,
good.
so
Good job.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to discuss the Brooklyn Nets. They made a big move getting Blake Griffin, the former Clipper, former number 1 overall draft pick.
Yeah.
And this is basically Andrew's chapter of the show.
Uh-huh.
He loves his NBA, so all eyes are going to be on Andrew for some NBA knowledge coming up right after this commercial break. I'm Doug Siravo. We got Brandon Schwartz, Andrew Brem, and Matthew Gizzi. We'll be right back. Where the Monroe Falcons are playing the St. Joseph of McCutcheon Falcons.
Past that game's history, we have a state's championship on our mind now.
The Ranch, the Buffalo.
It all works together very nicely.
Welcome to Falcons Insider. On today's episode, we're doing a lot of great work. This is work that people said couldn't have been done before.
A lot of money doing something you love.
Re-elected team reporter.
Yeah, what a season that was for you. 54 points in 18 games.
But definitely, when I said that we're going to win GMCs, I think that's another one that I remember. Yeah.
Go down in history. You just said it with so much confidence. We are back on the Doug Siravo Show. Alongside me, we got Brem Andrew 287, Matty Giz, and Brandon Schwartz. You can follow me on all my social media accounts. The real Doug Siravo.
Including TikTok?
No, I don't have TikTok. Never will. I have Instagram Reels.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you should make a TikTok, Doug. You should,
Nah, I'm never going on TikTok. TikTok, whatever it's called.
TikTok.
So the Brooklyn Nets, they just acquired, free agent signing, Blake Griffin. So now you have a team of Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Kevin Durant, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan. So is this the window? Is this the window for the Brooklyn Nets, Andrew? Do they have to win it this year?
They got to win it
Or
all the
else
way.
is it a big failure?
They got to win all the way. If they made all these drafts, they got to do it all the way. They got to be first in the rankings in the Eastern Conference, and they got to go to the championship standings. But anyways, in the standings, and they got to go to the championship all the way. They can't fail this time if they made all these drafts and picks. And I'm really excited what Blake Griffin will do. Unless he's already played. I haven't seen any games lately, but I'm really excited for what the guy's going to do in the future.
You like the ring, Brem?
No.
What ring is that?
Devil's Championship replica ring.
When was they? When
Something
was
Matt
that?
doesn't know about.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyways, I'm excited. I'm excited for what Blake
Matt?
Griffin will do.
I was just gonna talk more about the Nets in that I think we could look at it kind of compare what happened with the Brooklyn Nets and how they just stacked the roster to how what happened in the offseason with Tampa Bay, right? And we saw what happened with them. They went to the Super Bowl and won it, but one of the big questions was I think people kind of saw this coming. This Super Bowl matchup is are they better than Kansas City Chiefs? Their offense, because even then, right? The Chiefs, they on paper they maybe not have as good of a team as Tampa did coming in, but they were still like the standard of offense that who's gonna shut them down, so they still were. Tampa Bay didn't get. It was still yet not proven. Now they have done it. So I think we might have something similar there coming up with the Brooklyn Nets and the Lakers. Lakers are just they're such good talent.
Well, I think the Lakers are going to fall off. I don't think they're going to be up there for.
No, they're not going to be up there. I mean, they're already third in the rankings right now.
I think they're good, but I think they had
standings.
I think last year was just. It was their year. They had that run. I don't see them going back there this year.
No, not this year. I think it's going to be Brooklyn or the 76ers against probably.
I think it's going to. Honestly, I think it's going to be the Utah Jazz.
It's a lot of different teams. I think it's going to be one of the teams in the NBA. I can tell you that.
Yeah, and I think it's
Well,
going
it has to be.
Utah against like Brooklyn or Philly. Definitely one of the local teams in New Jersey.
Well, if you're looking at the standings right now in the Eastern Conference, 1 through 3. Well, the Celtics they're 2 games over 500. The Sixers, the Nets, and the Bucks look like the top teams to beat in the Eastern Conference, and then teams 4 through 10 are teams 4 through 11. Basically, any team can make that playoff spot. And then in the West, you have the Jazz, the Suns, the Lakers, the Clippers, the Trailblazers, the Nuggets, and then you have the Spurs, the Mavericks, and the Warriors, and the Grizzlies are a 500 team. So I think it's going to be between the Jazz, the Suns, and honestly, the Trailblazers. I still think the Clippers still have a lot to take care of before they become a contender. I think
Can't count out the Lakers though.
I think they need another shooter. I know that, but I don't really think the Lakers have everything that it takes to repeat. And then, the East is basically the Sixers and the Nets and maybe the Bucks. So, Brandon, your Knicks are 19 and 18. They're in that 5 spot. How far do you see them going this year, or do you think maybe this is a great run, but they eventually fall off during the year like the Marlins would do?
Well, looking at the second half schedule, the Knicks always get screwed in some way. So this second half schedule is so brutal. I mean, we start off the first 3 out of 4 games are just tough. You got the Bucks the first game. You got the Thunder, which could be a win. Then you got the Sixers, and then you got the Nets. I think we could personally beat the Thunder, but lose those other 3 games. If you had a chance to beat any of those teams that I just mentioned, I think the one they could beat would probably be the Milwaukee Bucks. For this reason, we've already beat them at the Garden this year, and that was their first win of the season. But I think the Knicks could somewhat match up to the Bucks competition level. I don't think the Bucks have been a spectacular team this year. I think there's other teams that could go ahead of them. If the Knicks could stop Antetokounmpo, you're going to win that game. You're going to win that game because I think the Knicks team, besides Antetokounmpo, is a better team than the Bucks team overall. And then they got a really tough road trip at the end of the year, featuring Phoenix, the Clippers, the Lakers, the Nuggets. That's a brutal road trip right there. And I was just, bringing this up to somebody before. If the Knicks could win 20 games. If the Knicks could win like 20 games, or not 20, that's a little while. If they could win 15 games by the end of the season, if they could win like 15 games for the second half, that would be a huge accomplishment. That would be great. I'll take it. 15 games, great. But I think the goal for the Knicks right now should be to at least get that spot in the play-in tournament. I think if they could get a spot in that play-in tournament, that would be spectacular. Get that 10 seed, get that 9 seed, get that 8 seed. Just get into the play-in tournament.
So how are the playoffs working this year? It's going to be 7 versus 10, 8 versus 9, and then who would they play against? Or would it be it would be the 2 teams? So it will still be an 18 playoff.
Right. Yeah. So I think the 7 through 10 seeds they're fighting. So I guess that 7.
So they're all fighting for 7 and 8.
Exactly. I think that's exactly how it's working. And just get to the play-in tournament at least. That's the Knicks. That should be the first goal of the Knicks. That should be one of the major goals the Knicks have, because with this brutal schedule, at least get a play-in tournament spot. That would be awesome if they could get at least to the play-in tournament. But if they could beat some of these elite teams, maybe they have a chance of getting a 6th or 7th seed in the standings at the end of the year. But that's, you got to be, this is going to be a hard schedule for the Knicks. There's a lot of tough games, but again, the goal is you have to beat the teams you have to beat. And what I mean by that is you have to beat teams like Washington. We play Washington back to back.
The Cavs.
The Hawks, the Cavs.
Even Indiana, Chicago.
They could beat those teams. They showed you they already can beat those teams. So beat those teams, and then you'll take care of the all-star teams, the really good teams when you get there. So that's what they should do. Just take care of business when they can.
All right,
And I think
ahead,
with all that is that as a Knicks fan, going into the season, what were your expectations? You got to think it's with such such maybe last year just so brutal, right? That's what we've seen from the Knicks, right? But we've had this, with expectations so low coming into the year, right? We had this nice, they're in 5th right now, so definitely it's a huge difference in what we were expecting or what they could happen, readying ourselves for anyway. Another last place finish.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the Derrick Rose signing helped a lot. The acquiring helped a lot. I think that, you need another point guard that could run the court. I think when Derrick Rose, is back out of the health and safety protocols, and when he's able to get back on the court, I think, he could help the Knicks compete in these tough games, like the Nets, the Sixers, the Bucks. I think him and Randall could be leaders on that court. I really think they could be really good. And the other guys have stepped up quickly, who's been a surprise to everybody, because they got him 25th in the draft in the first round, and shows you he could be a solid player, and he's showing you that already. And I think if Obi Toppin can develop, if he could, he showed you in that dunk contest that he could be a dunker, which he probably should have won that dunk contest. I think the judges misplaced that. I think that he should have won that dunk contest. But if only Obi Toppin could develop that shot and get a better shot going, I think he could be some player. I really do. So he just got to work on his shot, and I think this team is heading somewhere. I think we're heading in a really we're far ahead of expectations than we should be. No one thought we would be at this point. Nobody thought we would be that good this year. So everyone was bashing the Knicks in the beginning of the season. Oh, this team's gonna suck. This team's gonna suck. But look who we are now, 19-18 at the All-Star break. So you gotta
just keep riding that to the second half. You look to the second half, and like you said, you got a tough schedule, but
you gotta fight. You gotta fight through it. You gotta fight through it.
Tough. Well, the expectation should be simple. Like, they're not going to do anything there. They're going to fall out. But that's just another time to show, prove people wrong, and maybe stick around. Do a lot better than people are expecting the second half.
You know what's crazy though? Growing up, the Sixers were bad, the Nets were bad, the Bucks were bad, the Knicks were bad. You could even say the Jazz were a little inconsistent. The Suns were bad for a long time. Now, if you look at the standings, you have the Jazz in first, you have the Sixers in first, you have the Suns in second, you have the Nets in second. So this is a whole new era and new generation of basketball.
Yes, it is.
So
I remember the 76ers like 5 years ago. They were in 15th.
Yeah, they were awful.
Yeah. But now both our local teams are great.
So I want to go to Andrew.
Yeah.
Looking at the 7 to 8 teams, you have the Hornets. Shout out to LaMelo Ball.
Right.
You have Toronto Raptors. You have Chicago Bulls. You have Indiana Pacers. And then you go to the Western Conference. You have the Spurs, who are still playing good basketball despite all their core players retiring or playing somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Dallas Mavericks. You got the Golden State Warriors. You have the Memphis Grizzlies. So what I want you to do now is I want you to pick one team, just one team from the 7 through 8 spot in the West and the East, and tell me which team you think can, be a threat to the 1 through 6 teams.
So for the Eastern Conference, I would definitely say the Hornets, for the fact that they are a good team, yet they're a very young team, and they're still developing. So I think they could possibly be the team to be the threat to.
I
the
agree
1
with
through
you. I
6,
really
yeah.
love the play from LaMelo Ball, who is definitely better than Lonzo Ball.
Yeah.
What's his
Crazy.
dad's?
He's
So
I wanna
LeVar,
say
if you're watching, if LeVar Ball is somehow
Playing
watching, LaMelo's better than Lonzo.
yeah. But anyways, I wanted to bring up that from Lamelo's play, I'm very impressed with Lamelo's play. He's not even 20.
Could he be an MVP in a few years?
He could. I could definitely see that. I mean, he's already been the rookie of the year, and the kid's not even 20 yet. He's 19, and he's rookie of the year, and he's playing in the NBA, and he plays for the Charlotte Hornets, who don't have the best rankings, but they're right now in a good spot, 7th place. So, which is a good thing, a good spot for right now.
Or who do you have in the West?
The West, probably have to say.
I think Dallas could be one.
Maybe the Spurs, but
Probably because of Greg Popovich, right?
right, and their point average is 563. The point count, my bad.
Yeah, I think Luka could help Dallas get to where they want to be.
Yeah, it's crazy. Both Texas teams are around the same rankings.
What they're both 7 and 8.
Yeah, San Antonio, Dallas, both in Texas.
Houston just took a plunge. I mean, after Harden left, I mean, they just
Yeah,
took
they're
a
on a
plunge.
10-game losing streak.
Dude,
Yeah,
they're
that could-
14th place.
It's sad. It's sad that I mean, it's after Harden left, they just got really bad. I mean,
Yeah.
that's how much they relied on Harden.
Remember when they were like 56 and 26 a few years ago, conference championship games.
Yeah,
Yeah, and now they're terrible.
and Oladipo's probably going to be traded too by the deadline. They're saying.
Do we know when the deadline is this year?
Let me look it up.
Definitely
I believe
wanna go
it
to
might be the
Houston
end of
one day.
March. Houston's
about
nice. Houston's very nice.
Yeah, my cousins live in Magnolia, which is like 40 minutes away from there. So maybe I'll go visit him one day, maybe next year, because this year's trip's I'm going to Florida this year. That's
March 25th.
Can you come visit?
I'm going to Daytona.
That's almost there. That's in a few weeks.
Oh, you're in Florida, Matt?
Oh yeah, Jupiter. So
You live in Jupiter. Oh, Jupiter's very nice there.
Yeah,
very
so
nice.
not too far from Daytona. But
Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I'll. Well, I plan on visiting my cousin because I haven't seen him or talked to him in years. I talked to him last year for like once or twice, and that was it. But I haven't seen him in eternity. So that's what I'm thinking about doing while I'm down there.
All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we're going to, discuss Major League Baseball. Spring training is underway. I do have a prediction for Major League Baseball. It's going to be a surprise team, and I want to hear what everyone else has to think about that.
Doug, now can I make one more comment about basketball just before we change the subject?
Yeah, and then we'll go to commercial break.
Yeah. So I mean, James Harden. I mean, you mentioned him. I mean, I want to know what you guys think about just quickly. I mean, he just you're playing the NBA, you're getting paid all this money, and then you act like the way he did with the Rockets, who weren't. I mean, they weren't as brutal as he acted like they were last place team, right? And just not playing, right?
Well, I think he just didn't like the fact Chris Paul was with him, and he wanted the possession of the ball the whole time. That's what I think.
I think and I mean it's definitely with seeing him. I mean, you could look back to when he was with the Thunder, right? He was like the number 6.
Yeah, he was the 6th man between Russell.
I think he's gotta be humble and remember that he wasn't always at the top of his game, at the top at least spot, and that it doesn't all revolve around him. So I think his attitude is just detrimental to like teams. I think that's one thing that Brooklyn Nets, especially all the guys that they have, could be a problem. If he's not seen as like the guy to put everything on, right? But I think it's just I think he's got to watch his attitude because that could really just tank a team.
we
to
talked
Ricky,
hockey already.
we didn't really talk hockey. We just discussed the Devil game I went to. We didn't really get in depth with the teams or the standings, and we just did a little discussion about the Rangers. We'll have more. We'll have more about that after we discuss Major League Baseball. I mean, Ricky, if you have any questions for us, send it in, and we could answer it for the NHL.
Thanks for watching, Ricky. How you doing, buddy?
Again, if you're just joining us, we discussed franchise quarterbacks, the NFL draft. We discussed going back to our arenas. We discussed some NBA. We'll be right back right after this commercial break.
I'm going to work with Stratford Rec to see what can we do about it, because I can pitch in money to start with, because we need that. Look at that. It's like, sad. The puck is crying. We need to do something.
And when she gets elected, she will do a lot of great work for this town, things that haven't been done before. She's highly respected, highly intelligent, and I'm looking forward to hearing on election day that she is your newest representative, but most importantly, your voice.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We are back on the Doug Siravo Show. Alongside me, we have Matthew Gizzi, Brandon Schwartz, Andrew Brim, and myself, the real Doug Siravo. So, do you guys think that the Kansas City Royals can surprise a lot of people this year, especially in that AL Central?
Nah.
Yes.
100%. Yeah, I think they could be a surprise team. I totally agree.
Because I'm really liking Carlos Santana.
Yeah, he's a good player. Really good player.
Doug, I think you're frozen on my camera.
I'm frozen right now?
Yeah, you're frozen.
Yeah, you are frozen.
Do you guys hear me at least?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we hear you. Yeah,
All right,
that's
hold on,
over.
let's-
Yeah.
Now it's the Andrew Brim show.
All right, let's talk about Tyler Hero now. Can we talk about Tyler Hero now?
All right, so I don't know why I'm still
The guest,
frozen.
our guest is the real Doug Siravo. Here.
All right.
Doug,
All right,
welcome
can we
to the
talk? Let's
Andrew
talk
Brim
more
Show.
NBA. How about that? Let's talk more NBA, and let's talk about Tyler Hero. What do you guys think about Tyler Hero?
Good player, man. He's a really good player. And he's a young guy, too. I mean, he looks like he could be like 15, 16 years old.
Wait, do you guys hear me at least?
Yeah, we do, but let's just talk
All
about.
right, good, I'm back.
I want to talk more NBA.
Yeah, we are talking it. I want to talk about the Royals for a moment because I like the addition of Carlos Santana. So, do you guys believe that Carlos Santana can truly help this Royals offense?
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, he's this guy. I remember I had him in fantasy baseball one year, and that was just a couple of years ago. That was great. But he's just such a great player that like he could really impact the team. I think there's still a lot that they need. I think the Royals, they're especially I think they they got some guys. They got what's his name, center fielder, Whit Merrifield, who I had last year in my fantasy baseball, right? They have I think they just brought back Hunter Dozier, which that was I don't understand that one, although he's been there for a while, so I guess they felt more committed. But yeah, I think you should definitely expect some good things out of him there. As far as Carlos Santana is concerned.
So if you look at their rotation, they have Brad Keller, they have Danny Duffy, Brady Singer, who's supposed to be a great pitcher, Mike Minor, Chris Bubik. Bullpen is a little bit of a question mark. catcher Salvador Perez is back. They have Carlos Santana. They have Hunter Dozier, Nicky Lopez, Alberto Mondesi, Andrew Benintendi. So I like that move. They also brought in Michael Taylor. I like that move too. And Whit Merrifield along with Jorge Soler. So I truly believe this is a team that can surprise a lot of people, especially in that AL Central. I don't think this Royals team is a bad team one bit. I really don't think they are. Especially in that AL Central. It's going to be interesting. So, Andrew wants to talk about Tyler Hero. So, do you feel like going forward he needs a little bit of an improvement, or do you think he could be one of those sharp shooters like Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Dame Lillard?
I think he could be a sharpshooter for the fact, the kid's like LaMelo Ball. He's a young guy. He's 21 years old. He's still a very young guy. He started, 2 years ago in the NBA?
Something like that.
Yeah, and, he's still a very young guy. So I think one day he could become a very sharpshooter. And, I hear his name all the time. So I see him possibly becoming a sharpshooter.
So
he loves to do this.
Who? Tyler Hero?
Yeah, with his eye.
Yeah, I see that a lot. So does Ricky want to come on to talk hockey?
Let me ask him.
Hey, and anyways, with Tyler
Ricky,
Hero,
you want to come on?
hey,
Ricky,
Tyler
you
Hero.
come on?
Anyways, with Tyler Hero, he's partnered now with the Gold Shop, which is a jewelry, online jewelry shop.
Oh, he has his own brand?
Yeah, I think so. And also, he's a rapper too, Tyler Hero.
What song does he have?
Let me check. I'm not sure. I forgot the name of it, but he did it with someone.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he rapped. Yeah, he did it with the celebrity. I forgot who it was, but he did it.
I didn't even know that till you told me, Andrew.
Well, you really can't be in the NBA, but if you don't release a rap song.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of them have songs.
Yeah, well, because a lot of them are black. That's why.
Andrew, why would you say that for?
But I think
that's not the reason why.
With Tyler Hero, one of the things I was thinking is that when you talked about different things he does, but with the gold,
the gold shop,
and different. Yeah.
All right, so Brandon, can you send Ricky the link?
Does he want to come on?
Yeah, he said yes. So send him the link, and we'll have him on.
And also another thing I want to say about the NBA, they're my uncle and aunt think they're unpatriotic.
Here we go with the politics.
Because of all
back to what Tyler Hero, I think I was just thinking with all the different sponsorships he could do. I was thinking maybe he could hook up with Subway or something like that. Make it have one of the sandwiches be the Tyler Hero.
Yeah,
that's a good name.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Or the Tyler.
Yeah, you should tell that.
Tyler Hero. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you should tell the Subway that and tell the NBA that.
Yeah, you can make Jersey Mike's, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the Tyler Hero.
We just want to apologize for Andrew's idiocy sometimes.
So Ricky's coming on.
I'm sending it to him right now.
Yeah, we could discuss we'll discuss the Rangers, what they have to do to improve, and we'll just talk about what we want to talk about.
Yeah.
I guess I haven't I wasn't here when you guys probably talked about this, so I guess I'll quickly say some before Ricky comes on. I was thinking, what do you guys what was it like what you guys think of the Super Bowl? I thought
that game was great. I love Tom Brady. I can't hate the guy.
I'm a Jets fan, but it's so nice to be able to also be able to root for him and not be with New England, right? So he's just a guy you want to root for because he's just such a great player, such a great leader. So I thought Tampa Bay, right? Tampa Bay would be able to do it from the beginning. We saw it's very similar hype, probably even more hype than what we saw when Odell and all those guys went to Cleveland. And we believe Cleveland would then, but although we're seeing now Cleveland has played well.
That was a charge of that fell.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. But Tampa Bay, man, they credit to them. They had all the expectations going in, and they delivered. And I mean, what else can you expect from Tom Brady? And guys that you play with him. Antonio Brown is another guy. Great to see.
Gronk.
He had a big touch that. Yeah, I mean Gronk, just awesome stuff.
So Brandon, do we have a word on Ricky?
I just sent it to him. Wait, did I send it?
Yo, by the way, Tyler Hero has a girlfriend.
All right, that's nice, Andrew.
And yeah.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
All right.
What about you, Doug?
Nah. What about you, Matt?
Doesn't really work if you're asking him that. I mean, no. Nah, we're too busy for girlfriends, right? We gotta
we're celebrities.
We got this important stuff to We can't have any distractions.
I know. I got my career to focus on.
Exactly.
And then I don't know who I want to find. I don't know who I want to fish out right now.
Fish out? That's a word now?
Yeah.
Fish out.
So, I guess since, Brandon likes to talk politics, when do you guys usually talk politics and stuff like that?
Actually, it's Andrew that
I
likes
don't
to
talk. I don't really like talking. It's Andrew who talks to politics.
Doug, I was thinking, Doug. I mean, if you don't have one, maybe you could create like a political show, or Andrew. He create the Andrew Brim show, like officially, and he could make it like all politics.
He can if he wants.
We could go on.
Let's
to
talk
that.
politics then, if you want to talk about it.
Oh God.
No, we could go. We could do that on your show. You create the show, and then boom, just send us the invite.
All right, here, let's talk politics while we're waiting.
Oh my God, Andrew!
Come on.
All right, I sent it.
Second command,
should be on this second.
But yeah, they definitely. How about here's the thing. How about Doug? What you give up for Lent?
Soda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so. What any is like specific type of soda or just soda in general?
Soda.
Oh well, that's good. I
So
mean,
Sprite, Coke, Root Beer, Pepsi.
Yeah, it's funny you actually said that because I've been, I've actually stopped drinking soda I
haven't had a sip.
I've been trying to.
I gave up on meat for that one on Friday. That one day.
Healthy.
You're supposed to give it up.
I always have a margarita pizza for dinner on Fridays.
Yeah, from where?
Sounds good.
Dough Father.
The Dough Father. That's the place you like?
Yeah, well, my parents order from there, but yeah, it's a good place.
Yeah.
You still how about Luigi's and Villalora? Still got the classic.
Luigi's not around. It's Fresco now.
Oh, there's no Luigi's?
No, it's Fresco now.
What?
Fresco?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Now same people they just renamed it, or is it different?
I have no idea.
Andrew, I just want to give a shout out to your mom who's watching.
Is she watching for real?
Yeah, I see her name, so.
Oh shoot.
You better behave now.
Hello, Andrew's mom.
Yeah. Oh, she's watching. Shoot.
So, Doug, what's the max amount of people you could actually have on this show at one time?
I think 10, so.
Oof, let's try and get that. Try and get.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Ricky.
We'll
take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Ricky should be on.
Falcons Insider, #1, all across Monroe. It's the most viewed.
I really appreciate you coming out and doing this. Doug does a great job covering us. He runs the Instagram for us and posts all interesting facts, comments about our teams we go through.
When you look at the polls, when you look at the viewers, when you look at the statistics, we're getting a lot of good feedback, and I think moving forward that we're going to do a lot of great things.
I'm Doug Siravo, and I approve this message.
All right, Ricky should be on. I don't know if he said he was going to come on now. All right, it's the Andrew Brem show again.
Yeah, no, actually, it's the Brandon Schwartz show now because we're gonna try.
That's my show.
What? No, each time it's
there he is.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going, Ricky?
Ricky.
How you doing? Hey.
Long time no see, buddy. How you
I
doing?
know, yeah. How's everyone doing?
It's the Ricky Bam show now.
So you know Ricky, Brandon?
Yeah.
How?
I met
Everyone
him.
knows Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky's a great man. Ricky, how's work? How's work going? It's going good?
It's going pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, Ricky, he's a big Six Flags fan. He loves Six Flags.
And more Rangers fan too as well, as you can
Yeah.
tell.
You
Yeah.
can see the shirt. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Represent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wish they were doing better.
Yeah, we all do.
They're kind of slacking.
Yeah, what do you think of what do you think of Tyler Hero?
No, we're done with that.
All right, fine.
Where's Doug? What happened to him? Oh, maybe his computer died. I don't know. All right, Brem, it's your show now.
All right, so let's talk about LaMelo Ball. What do you guys think about LaMelo Ball? Let's talk about LaMelo Ball.
I think I want to talk about something else besides basketball. I've had enough basketball for the.
What do you think of the unpatriotic acts the NBA is doing?
Well, I mean, between that and I mean, we saw a lot of that with football. I mean, it's the state of sports. It's declined. The past few years. Well, it's been in decline, and so yeah, not good. But I think apparently after what they were doing last year, apparently they're not doing that stuff as much. The NBA focusing taking stuff away from that stuff because apparently they lost a lot of viewership from all that.
Yeah.
So,
right. Do
So
you think
Ricky,
do you think one more question. So do you think how do you think they do? I know it's because for a political, racial, and social justice, but since these guys are, make millions of dollars a year, you think it's a little stupid they do it?
Well, I would say no because I think when you have that platform, I think we all, whether you had platform or not, we have a responsibility to each other, try and stand up for what's right. I just think that they're just maybe not standing up for the right things. So if they were, I don't think that the fact that they're outspoken about this stuff is wrong. I think just what they are supporting is what needs to change and focus on different things.
Yeah. I have an aunt and uncle-in-law that think they're unpatriotic. They think the NBA and NFL, they think they're unpatriotic.
Well, I think that shows. I mean, I think a lot of people have that same, that same thought mentality with it. And I think it's really hurt both the NBA and the NFL. As far as ratings and just general attitude towards them. That's why I think Tom Brady win the Super Bowl or just this last Super Bowl was so helpful, so important for the NFL to maybe bring back viewers or just get people more excited about the NFL a little more again. So it should definitely NBA. I mean, I don't know what's it'll take there. But it looks like they may have changed it a little bit. So, but we'll see how it ends up.
Yeah. All right.
So Ricky, since you're here, what do you think of the New York Rangers so far? What's your feeling on them this year?
They need to do it a lot better. Like their offense team and Mika needs to score better. He's been lousy this season than last season.
Yeah. I mean, do you think they have a chance of making the playoffs this year?
I don't know. They've been losing a couple of games. They won 3 in a row a couple of years ago. Now they lost yesterday and they play tomorrow against the Penguins.
I mean, if they play well enough, they definitely, if they play consistently, well enough, they definitely, and I mean, they're not out of it. as much as a lot. It seems like it now, but it also seemed like that when they lost to the Devils. That once it seemed like they would,
They
because that
want
was
they
just.
want to beat the Devils a couple of years ago, like 6 and something. Yes.
But yeah, no, but yeah, this that was like the lowest point of the season maybe when they lost to the Devils. I mean, how do you lose to the Devils?
There he is,
Guys,
Doug.
I have no idea what happened.
But so should but I think they just keep going. We should just we'll see how what happens.
Yo,
Hopefully
Britt,
they win tomorrow. They gotta like, keep winning because I heard they were like near the 500 mark.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it should definitely be interesting to see how things play out.
All right, so Ricky, what do you think about the performance by Kevin Rooney so far? I feel like a lot of us Devil fans took him for granted.
I don't know.
He's one of your fourth liners.
Well, I tell you what,
he's doing pretty well. But I'm liking the new guy so far. He's doing pretty well.
Who, Lafreniere?
Yeah.
what's going on with all our screens? Now Brim's gone.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know
what
what you guys are doing there, but I mean, yeah, I mean that just shows. I mean, Kevin Rooney's he's doing better than the whole Devils team. So,
oh man,
so I mean and he's on the Rangers' fourth line. So you wonder what that says. But yeah, no, definitely. I mean, there's different guys that on the Rangers, that look at and be like, they're good additions, right? I mean, Keandre Miller's just all season, it's just been such a great boost to that team, right?
And Kreider's like been coming back as
Kreider's just and he's the way he's skating,
the hat tricks and everything, yeah.
So it should. I mean, you definitely have some hope with those guys, and but with Igor, getting groin injury, that was kind of that stung.
Yeah,
but
I'm just day to day.
be,
yeah, Dave,
definitely.
yeah. So they have another backup goalie, which I never heard of before.
Yeah, Keith Kincaid. Yeah, who Doug? Yes, Doug knows well about him, right? With former New Jersey Devils player.
He had a good run with Kincaid.
But I mean, yeah, but in Blackwood, he's played very well.
He's all right.
I think I mean, you look at he's at least like you look back in the game when they were playing the Rangers, he played well there too. So I think they you got to give him credit.
Kincaid's very inconsistent.
But and another, I mean, Jack Hughes, he really changed. He turned up his game.
Yeah, he's good.
A lot more this season, so it gives you, more. I mean, it gives you more hope for like maybe Lafreniere and second year, with them both being first overall pick. See how that works out. But yeah, it should be. I think Lafreniere, he had his ups and downs this season, but definitely I think he's having an okay first year. And Doug's gone.
All right, so I'm back on my laptop now. Thank God. I don't know what that was all about.
Where's Brim? What happened to him?
Who knows where Andrew went?
This is actually pretty funny. All the screens popping out. So, Ricky, it's good to see you, man. How have you been?
I've been pretty good.
Working a lot, I'm guessing?
Yeah, working. I hope I want to go to a game soon. Maybe when this whole thing is over. So yeah.
Yeah. The Garden's great, man. The Garden's
nothing like it.
Back to
they're letting fans back in now.
Yeah, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, even Doug will admit that.
And I heard
a couple of fans that have been going to the games that I know.
Yeah, the people at the Ranger games. I was watching a video. The introduction. What's the part at the beginning that's really cool? I never been to a Ranger game before, but I've always wanted to go. But they like salute the crowd or something at the beginning.
I missed it because I know they always have Sam Rosen and Joe Nicoletti. Yeah.
Oh, those guys are great, and I like the radio too. I like listening to it on the radio. I like Don LaGreca.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you that. Don does the Ranger games, right?
Yeah, and who's the other former Ranger who's usually with him? He's great. I mean, he's just awesome. Hearing him on the radio, very open, very honest.
Who?
The other color commentator on Rangers radio, Don Maloney. So he's
I think I
always
heard him before. Yeah.
he's always he's always fun to listen to. So yeah, I mean just quality broadcasting, right? So
I
yeah,
love that
yeah,
comment.
Thanks, Jill.
but
Yeah, what happened to Andrew?
I don't know. Maybe he created, like I said, maybe he created his own show.
Oh,
And
he's back. Andrew's back.
all right, Lord up.
Andrew, what happened?
I had nothing else to say. I guess I don't know.
Oh, so you left?
Yeah.
Well, you're only into politics.
Yeah, you're a big
NBA.
political guy.
NBA politics. Girls.
You gonna run? When you gonna run for? You gonna run for mayor of mayor or something soon? Or
Who?
right?
Me or Andrew?
Hey, both of you. I mean, one of you guys could run for governor. The other
Maybe.
run for I don't know. Maybe run for president next time. I mean, who knows, Doug?
All right, so I want to go to Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, Henrik, had to sit out this season due to a heart issue. Where do you see him going? Do you think he comes back for another year in a quest for a Stanley Cup, or do you think this is it?
I think probably this would be it, but he'll probably stay with the Capitals.
Brandon?
I agree with Ricky. He'll probably stay at the Capitals. I'm going to be honest. I really don't follow hockey as much as you guys do, but he's a good player. I agree with you. He'll probably stay.
Yeah, I mean, Hank. I think that's definitely it for him. But as far as playing, but I think I think it's
There goes Andrew disappearing again.
Yeah. I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that he'll probably sign, maybe do one of those 1 day re-sign with the Rangers for.
Oh, you think he'll do the 1 day?
Yeah,
I heard about the
retire
1 day
with them.
deal and then retire his
I
number.
think because he's got to retire with the Rangers. He's a New York Ranger. He's always a New York Ranger, right?
Yeah, Marty retired with the Blues.
Yeah, you can't even consider Hank really Washington Capital right now. I mean maybe he signed with them, but he's no Washington Capital, right? He'll always be
if they win the cup, do you think would he be able to lift it?
Well, he'll get a ring and everything. So because he's on the on the roster. I actually believe do you need to have played in certain amount of games?
I mean, they're when you look at you always see the healthy scratches. You'll always see guys on the roster lift the cup. I just don't think his name will be on it.
Well, honestly, who knows? Washington Capitals, they've had some funky times this year as well. So,
who's the top right now in the NHL right now?
Yeah,
who's the what?
Who is the top right now in the NHL?
I don't know if it's gonna happen again. With the Capitals, but with Hank, I think you need to play. Because I don't even know if he's on there healthy. He's not a healthy scratch. He's on.
He's on their roster technically.
Well, I think so are people in the minors, right? Like when they come, they sign, but they don't play.
Yeah, because Phoenix Copley lifted the cup. With Pittsburgh, yeah. Jeff Zachoff lifted the cup.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. Yeah, but it'll be something to definitely be interesting.
So I want to discuss the New York Rangers again, and then we can look at other teams. But the one thing I want to know with the Rangers is, before they become one of those Stanley Cup contenders, the top teams in the league where they'll make it to conference finals, they'll make it to Stanley Cups, is there something they're missing? Could it be on defense? Could it be on offense? Because I believe their goaltending is set with Igor and Gio. They don't have a captain yet, so do you think they need another winger to play with, Mika, or a third liner?
Well, Mika should have been captain. They were saying that before, and I don't know what happened.
Matt?
I think that I like that they waited for captain, because you got a lot of different guys that you could look to, who could maybe fill that role really well. But I think you just got to give them more time. They're just such a young team. They got all these young players. I mean, last year they were the youngest in the league. I believe they're still probably saying again this year. So I mean, they've played well together. They just got to get more time together to play, to work with each other, and develop their game. Got guys like Lafreniere and Kako. Give them more time. I mean, but we've seen Kako has certainly upped his game a lot this year. So just give I think time. Just give him time, and
And I know
they'll
Panarin's on that with issues going overseas. I heard that.
Yeah,
and
I think
then
something with Russia
you
government.
get Panarin back. That would that's gonna be that would be huge. Uh, but, especially with the way Kreider's playing. But yeah, like we'll see. But I think just like I said, uh, they're. I mean, yeah, you're in New York. You're New York Ranger. You're with New York Rangers, so there's gonna be the spotlight on you. There's gonna be expectations that they're gonna have the attitude that it has to be a Stanley Cup or bust. Uh, but you just got to be patient, I think, with them, and I think we should see some good things coming out from them in the next few years.
All right, so if there was a team that right now looking like they could win the Stanley Cup, Matt, who would you pick to win the Stanley Cup this year? If there was one team that you like so far,
Well, I'm always going with the Rangers, but if I had to choose a different team, then I mean, I don't know. I mean, Lightning. You know how I mean, hey, how about the Florida Panthers?
they are
I
playing
mean,
great hockey.
the
They
way I
really are.
mean, but here in Florida, at Florida, I tell you what, Tampa Bay, all the Tampa Bay teams this year, right, or this year, you got the Rays, the Buccaneers, the Lightning, right? Two out of three of them won. Rays went
Ray
to
should have
the
won the World Series.
Rays went to the World Series, which
Should have won.
right. But I mean, yeah, I guess it's Florida's time, so I would not be surprised. Florida could definitely be a dangerous team because they're also not one of those teams that you're still looking at like the Boston Bruins or Lightning, or maybe the Islanders even like as the established postseason deep runs as they've been doing. But the Panthers, I think they could definitely be a pretty lethal team. And they've shown they could really play.
Ricky, is there a team that you would pick to win the Stanley Cup?
The Vegas Golden Knights.
The Vegas Golden Knights? I think they're due. They have to win one sooner or later with this core. They've been playing great hockey. They've been
Marc-Andre Fleury still, he's still played at a top level, and it's definitely fun to see. And how about those helmets, those golden domes that they got?
with the retros.
I believe so. Yeah, the gold. Yeah, the gold helmets.
For me, I'm going
there with the retros.
Yeah, I know the ones you're talking about. I think
Yeah,
they
those are
got like
fresh.
a light yellow with the alternate. But for me, I think the Carolina Hurricanes have the best shot to win the Stanley Cup this year.
They have a good team too. Yeah.
I just think their goaltending's been playing well. Their players have been stepping up, and I think they're currently like 15-5-5.
And they're on a 5-game winning streak, which is great.
That's
Oh,
good.
they are?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they have a lot of. I mean, you look at them. They have a lot of really good young talent as well. So you got.
And they were bad for a while too.
Well, you got you got Shea there after they traded him. So
Oh yeah, Brady.
Oh yeah.
So but yeah, they're definitely fun to watch. Guys like Aho and Svechnikov and all these different guys that they have. It just they could really play. So Teravainen. So they're definitely when they got the young fire to them, and they really it seems like they could play with anyone, and I think it certainly they certainly have seemed to have the attitude that they can. So that can prove dangerous. Yeah.
Brandon, how old were you there?
He grew up. He grew up a few years to that day.
Yeah. I was like 13, 12.
13.
Probably like 12.
You were 12 in there?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I thought maybe like 15.
Maybe
Is that
14, maybe 14. I was like a
Yeah,
long
I was
time
gonna say you don't look 12 in there.
14.
So I don't know where Andrew went. I think that there was a lot of technical difficulties tonight. I'm not sure
Yeah,
what
I'm on my
happened.
phone, so I mean, you guys, if anything, you guys should be the ones that,
All right,
no
so
excuse
Andrew's
for you guys. You
back.
guys on computers. There you go.
Hello.
All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back to give our final thoughts on today's episode, talk about whatever you guys want to talk about.
I'm
We'll be
so
right
glad
back.
Ricky's here, man. It's great to see
Yeah,
Ricky.
Yeah.
another loyal fan of ours.
Yeah, Ricky, you're great, man. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us always.
We'll be right back. Growing up, I wanted to be in the NHL. I wanted to be just like my idol, Martin Brodeur. In life, sometimes you win some, but sometimes you will lose some. Being successful isn't about chasing a paycheck. Being successful is about chasing your passion and building a foundation to where you want to be. You only live once, so you might as well do what you love. Think big. Don't just settle. People are going to hate, doubt, and tell you that you can't. But if you put your mind to something, nothing is impossible. Think big. All right, we're back on the Doug Siravo Show. Alongside me, we got Brandon Schwartz, Matthew Gizzi, Andrew Brem, and Ricky Bambara. Did I say it correctly?
Yes.
All right, so Brem, start with you. Give us your final thoughts on today's episode.
It was a great show. I always have a good time talking to you guys, and my favorite thing to always talk about is the NBA. And
I was gonna say politics, but
yeah, politics. Andrew loves those politics.
Anyways, the NBA and hearing the news about Blake Griffin is just still a shocker.
I feel like Craig Carton right now, eating and drinking on the air.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta stay hydrated.
I know. Brandon, give me your final thoughts on today's episode.
It was a great show. We and we're also very close to March Madness too. It's just going to get even better.
Oh yeah, James is going to come on an episode to do March Madness.
Yeah, and Doug is rocking. He's wearing the right shirt, a nice Rutgers Scarlet Knight shirt.
Yeah, none of that Devils stuff.
And it was great seeing Ricky pop up at the end.
Yeah, definitely.
Ricky's always a pleasure to see. Ricky's a good guy. He knows his hockey, which is great. It's good to see you, Matt. It's great that you popped on today. It was a great show. It's always a pleasure talking to you guys.
All right, Matt, give us your final thoughts on today's episode.
I mean, yeah, it was. I think just another great show and a list and line of great shows for the real Doug Siravo.
The real.
I think everyone just brought their best tonight, and I just had a lot of fun. It's great being back finally. I've been busy, focusing on school, but I got to have this chance to come back and talk to you guys. So it's just been a real pleasure, and I would like to thank you guys for just having me on again.
Oh, for sure. And Matt, one time I'll visit you soon in Florida.
Well, yeah, we'll see, Doug. All right.
I've been saying that since you moved there.
Yeah, you just gotta come and actually do it, though.
Yeah.
Doug, it's not that expensive to fly over. It's like
no, I know, but I need a place to stay.
Maybe you come down with Andrew. You guys go.
Yeah, maybe. Oh God.
We could always ask Matt. Dude, when I went to Spain, I stayed with family, and they were completely fine with it. We traveled from one apartment to another.
That's good. So. All right, so my final thoughts. It felt good to go back to a doubles game. They lost 6-1 to the Rangers, lost 2-1 to the Islanders. My next game is March 18th versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. Hopefully that's a win. There was a time where I was going to Devil games, and this was way before the pandemic, and I saw 14, 15 consecutive losses. I believe they lost at least 22 of their last 26 when I go. So it's not good watching the Devils at home. They seem to play good on the road, but I haven't been to a road game in a while. I've been to a Devil Flyer game in Philly. I went to the Devil Ranger game at the Garden beginning of January of last year. They lost 6-3. And I traveled all the way to St. Louis to watch the Devils get shut out 3-0. So I seem to have a lot of bad luck when I go to Devil games. I am not sure why it happens.
Because the Devils stink.
But I'm not the reason.
No,
they
you're
look
not
good
the
when I
reason.
don't go.
So maybe you should just stop going, Doug.
I should. But
Plenty of room in the Rangers.
Today was a good
on the
episode. We
Rangers
discussed
bandwagon.
franchise quarterbacks. We had a few technical difficulties. I'm not sure what that was about. Maybe my Wi-Fi stopped connecting or something. I'm not really sure why that happened. But that's my final thoughts on today's show. Ricky, give us your final thoughts and what you thought about being a guest.
Thank you again, everyone. It was nice talking to you guys about sports and everything else, and the Rangers.
Same, thank you, Ricky.
Thank
The
you.
Rangers. They rebuilt better than we did, but there's always that rivalry. No matter how bad we are, how bad you guys are, or how good we are, how bad you are, there's always that rivalry.
And I think another thing to take from the show is that we got at least two different shows in this one show. We have the real Doug Siravo show, and then we had a little mini Andrew Brem show.
Yeah, we had an Andrew Brem show today.
Maybe had a Brand Schwartz show in there, but
Matt, Andrew always tries to make it the Andrew Brem show because I would be talking about something and then he would go back to his
and he has a gift for it.
Huh?
He's got a gift for it.
I know.
Okay, you gotta let him loose every now and then.
Yeah, I know.
Keep him satisfied.
So, there's a throwback Thursday, and we don't have an episode on Thursday, so I'm going to do a little throwback right now. This was about 2013, I believe. Andrew went to McDonald's. He tried to grow out a mullet. It's pretty hilarious looking at it. Matt has a good mullet right now.
Appreciate it. Thank
and
you.
then this is Brandon Schwartz. He says he was 12 years old with two 76ers cheerleaders.
I think that was when Jeremy Lin was playing. I think that was actually 2011.
Wow, Lin.
I think 11-12 he played?
Yeah.
I thought he played in 2000. I thought it was 12-13.
No, it was the year before.
Interesting. It's amazing. He had that one run, and then everything basically fell apart for him.
Oh yeah, once he got that torn meniscus, we knew it was over. He played after that, but he wasn't the same player. He was not nearly as the same player as he was with that run with the Knicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was legendary what he did there.
I mean, that was crazy. They was that crazy. They were selling shirts, Insanity.
Yeah, I remember that.
When I was at that game, there were people I think they were wearing no shirts. They had tattoos on their stomachs. One had L, another had I, and then another had N. 3 guys were wearing no shirts. They had Lin tattoos all over them.
You sure it wasn't paint, body
I
paint?
I think it was paint actually.
Yeah, he became a big hit that one time.
That's some.
Yeah,
that's some hardcore stuff, man.
Yeah.
Jalen became a big hit.
Yeah. Where the Lorax? Where's the Lorax, Doug? You put us on there. Now where's the Lorax?
Oh, God.
Dr. Seuss.
Yep, somebody said that. Yeah, somebody said that Doug looks like the Lorax.
Yeah, Andrew did.
Maybe the mustache.
Let's hope he doesn't look too much like him, because then Doug might get canceled as well.
Yeah, I might get canceled.
But
I might get canceled.
Doug, you could rock that.
What?
You could rock that Lorax look. Get that.
Yeah, maybe the mustache, but
get a thick. I mean, hey, I think you could. I think that would look good.
Yeah.
Yo, you guys want to see me play a game right now?
Oh my!
Yeah, I can share the screen. So
Uh,
it's naming all the state capitals in
All
the
right,
United States.
let's end the show like this. I guess the Andrew Brim halftime show.
All right.
All right, let's see.
All right, let's see. Let me share the screen.
I'm confused. What are we doing?
but what kind of? How about this? While he's doing that, what kind of headphones are you guys rocking?
All right, now, can you guys see?
Yeah, I see you. Wait, it's right here.
Yeah. You see what I'm about to do?
Oh my God, Andrew!
All right.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
What
so
are you?
now,
All right, let's see what you're doing.
playing a game.
I knew Andrew would bring politics into the show.
What are you doing?
All
He's
the
clicking
state
on-
capital.
What politics?
He's clicking on states.
That's
All
not
the
politics.
capitals.
That's geography.
You're supposed to name them. I thought you're naming them. You're putting them up
Well,
on
there
the
is a game for
Oh
that
no!
too.
So he has to click on which one is which state. All right, that's.
Oh, he has to click on. I see it. Click on Phoenix.
Oh, there you go. Wow, he's rolling with this one. Because you
Oh,
also
Little
got
Rock.
to know which state is.
Yeah,
you know.
would.
Oh, I see what he's doing.
Yeah, he's
So you
naming
gotta
the,
get the state right.
capitals.
and
Minnesota.
the correct city with it too. So it's like an extra element.
Honestly, I don't know where these states are. I mean, I know what they are.
Mm-hmm.
This just shows that Andrew's not really as dumb as we think.
Wow.
Angie, you know we're just messing with you. We love you.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You should do. Yeah, they have one where you can name the governors.
I think,
forget
but I don't know all of them.
Andrew could name them.
You know all the governors?
No.
Yeah, I mean, that's like crazy.
Matt, when you coming back from back to Jersey?
I don't know, maybe never. I'm enjoying the nice. I mean, what's it
Andrew,
like?
how many you got left?
It's like negative 12 degrees in Jersey.
Supposed to
No,
go warm
it-
tomorrow.
It hit 60s the other day.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
but
Supposed to be
like
60
50.
degrees tomorrow here.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Oh, Delaware, Andrew. Dover's Delaware.
Why, you been there?
No, I know that.
How do you
That's
know?
stupid.
Isn't Montgomery, Virginia?
No, Alabama.
It is? Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? He's got this.
Wow, how do you know all this, Andrew?
I do it during my spare time.
Yeah, well, but when he was done, he's not talking on here. He's busy, studying for this.
Yeah, that's what he was doing.
Iowa.
So, he's gotta
No.
say.
That one.
Des Moines, Rhode Island. Wow, he's just rolling through this.
We went from a sports show to being a geography class.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
Andrew's the teacher.
Doug, you know what? It's an educational show, You could add that to just another reason why you should watch the show.
Yeah, Andrew's the teacher now.
See that again? That's why the StreamYard's better. You don't have to just follow the script. You could do whatever you want on it. That's the cool thing.
Yeah, we would have been done like a half hour ago in the kitchen.
Oh, remember that? That was.
Yeah.
We were like waiting for it to be over.
And
Yeah.
you guys also didn't have to be in the same room as each other.
Yeah, now we just do it virtual. Oh, you just what's that state called?
What was that?
The one right by Oregon.
Washington?
No, the one
Idaho.
to the right.
Idaho.
Hudo what?
How does Andrew know all of these?
It's not really that hard.
I know, but it's
It's good. You gotta give him credit. Come on, give him credit. It's
no.
got
I
some
mean,
difficulty.
I know them too, but I don't know them without looking at. Like, I know that's Texas. I know that's Florida. I know
difficult.
I know that's New Jersey. I know that's Maine. I know that's Cali.
It's not easy what he's doing. So Doug, I remember I saw you. I saw a nice throwback to a former team of mine. I think it was the last team I actually played with. at with modern tennis roller hockey. You had great guys. Guys like Thomas Fleites,
Oh yeah, the Ranger team. That was a good team you
Jason
guys had.
Gizzi. I believe Connor Cloby was there as well. So and then then I thought I would be coming after that, but then I didn't. So I was like, oh, all right. But yeah, that was definitely a good some good memories right there. You could have that be my throwback Thursday to that team because
Yeah.
that was a pretty great team.
So, wait, Andrew, didn't you just do this?
Yeah, it's another.
He's
quiz.
doing another one of this now.
Do you have one of
Hey,
Do you have one of what's this called? The governors or like,
Speaking of governors, what about Cuomo?
We're not going to talk about him, please.
What about Andrew? What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, his emergency powers got stripped.
Thank God. Matt, you got Big Ron. You're lucky.
What was that?
You got Ron DeSantis. You're lucky.
No such thing as luck, Doug. How many times I gotta say it? Right? God. But yeah, that should definitely be. He was apparently I heard that he might be running for president next election.
Yeah, I think so.
So that would be cool. And I think maybe Trump could run for governor of Florida. That would be.
I heard you might want to try and run for the Senate.
I think I don't know. I think governor because Florida is like all out for Trump. I mean, we've seen how he's done in the past.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So I think he definitely, I think that would be a better option because he'd have more power then.
So I love how this went from a sports show.
I have no idea.
to a Zoom class for college.
We have
high school.
Doug, you're a jokester.
This wasn't me. This was all Andrew.
You got the dynamic duo right here, and you don't know what to expect from.
Yeah, we don't.
So next week, maybe we can bring on.
We gotta bring on Ross next week, maybe.
We gotta bring on someone who could do.
Well, I know John might come on. Kyle's supposed to come on.
You gotta bring on someone who knows their geography, so they can talk geography with Andrew.
Yeah, we'll do that on Andrew's own show.
Andrew, if you created a show, what would you think you'd call it?
Social studies with Andrew Brum.
Ooh, I like it. All right, yeah, there you go.
Sign me up. That'd be the best class ever.
It will.
A little bit of MBA in there.
Talk geography, You tell us about the city of Montpelier.
Nashville, which is supposed to be a cool city.
How many you got left, Andrew?
14.
It's easier when it's multiple choice than when.
Yeah, and then you know which ones it is.
Well, he knew him when he was doing the whole thing anyway. So this is nothing,
This is nothing for Andrew.
But I got. How about here some? How many of these places have you guys been?
I've been to St. Louis. I've been to Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Pennsylvania, of course.
What
the hell happened?
That's trippy.
What? That's Andrew's screen. That's not mine.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
I've been to the states. I've been to Jersey, obviously. I've been to New York,
You
obviously.
live there. That's why.
Yeah, I've been to New York, and I've been throughout all of New York. I've been all the way up to Buffalo, and then I think I've been to Connecticut. Then I've been to Delaware, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Virginia, Florida, and that's pretty much
All right,
it.
Andrew, you got 5 more.
All right. Where in Georgia did you go, Doug?
I don't know. I just drove there when we went to Florida.
Oh, okay.
You didn't. You went through Savannah. You went through Brunswick. You went through.
Yeah, Savannah. I've been there, Savannah, a couple of different times at least. Because that was a lot of fun. That place.
Yeah.
Isn't there a beach there in Savannah?
No, it's in like the center, like
New Jersey, yeah, Trenton.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I can't. I
Yeah,
don't
screw
remember where
Trenton.
Savannah is honestly, but I just know it's in Georgia.
So Andrew, you're done playing?
Yeah. Screw
That was good.
Did you guys know Trenton has an airport?
Yeah, I've been
Airport.
there. I've been there.
Yeah,
You ever-
that it's nice because it's just it's
Yeah,
a
it's
small
nice and
airport.
small.
You just
It's like
go
a bus
right,
terminal.
Mm-hmm.
right. It's nice. Frontier, right? You just get it
You
right.
walk right on the
Man,
plane.
I took you guys there. I think.
Yeah, it's a lot. I tell you what, it's a lot more pleasant than having you got to go to like LaGuardia or
Yeah, I took you guys there.
Newark
I remember that.
Yeah.
It's even better. It's even better than Atlantic City. I mean, Atlantic City's good, but this is even better.
Matt, I have a question for you. My mom just texted me. Is it Gizmo's birthday soon?
You know what? I think I'd have to think about that because I believe I ended up. I honestly don't know when he was born. But I think we got him.
How old is he? He's like
I
8.
don't know, but I think we got him with Thanks, Bernadette. So I think we got him with it was either after we graduated something, maybe like middle school or something like that.
I was
Or
gonna
it
say
like
2016. You
It
guys
was
were in
like on a
Florida.
birthday or something. So yeah, it was I'd have to do some research into that.
So then wait, 8th grade. Probably, maybe. Yeah, wait. How old are you now? You're 22, right?
Yep.
So 8th grade, you were. 8th grade was what? I graduated 2012. You were a freshman 2013.
You've been out of high school for 10 years, Doug? 9
Here
years?
we go. Next year. So he's probably like 9, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it sounds. But hey, yeah, 9.
Yeah, he's at least 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it sounds like that could be it.
Yeah. There's no more games?
Well, you play one more game.
Well, what's
do
on?
NBA trivia.
Yeah, is there a game? I want to see how smart you are.
All right, hold on. Let me find the game. Hold on.
Because we always hit the 2-hour mark. We got like 10 minutes left.
You guys are tiring me out with all this this learning.
I know, right?
I have enough score. You guys pulling out geography on me.
Man, what hat is that?
Geography?
That's it. That's the greatest team in ever had.
The Rangers?
Yep, you better believe it.
All right, let me share the camera. Hold on.
All right, let's see what you got. I think I have to add it to the stream. Or are you able to do that?
No, I'm able to do it.
You know what I realized? New York radio very rarely talks about hockey. Very rarely.
Yeah, well,
because it's not as popular.
It's funny that you say that because Boomer, when Boomer and Carton were together.
All right, there we go.
Boomer would try and talk hockey, and then Carton would be like, "Yeah, no one cares about hockey." Then Boomer would be like, "Oh no, they do," because Boomer's a huge Ranger fan. Like he seems to be a bigger Ranger fan than Cincinnati Bengals fan where he played, right?
Because somebody brought that up as a call the other day, like, why isn't hockey a big deal on the radio? Because it's and the guy answered, it's not as popular as the other sports, which is probably
New York. Maybe in general, but New York, I think that's a different story. I mean, the Rangers are, they're just as big as anyone else in New York. Maybe I think maybe not so much as the Yankees, but I mean, definitely, I think they could be. I mean, especially in the
Ricky,
NHL,
what do you think about that?
I think there should be talked about hockey because you got 2 hockey teams in New York.
Yeah, and then you have the Devils too, of course, the River.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Islanders, right? That's like that's Long Island. I mean, you're not in the city anymore, so that's
the problem with hockey is they don't really market their players as well as like the NBA and stuff. Like
then Jersey, you can't say.
Yeah, you don't really hear like about hockey. Like you don't have like you don't like LeBron sponsors a lot. Like like the whole country knows about LeBron James. Like the whole does the whole country know about Matt Zuccarello? Does the whole country know about Panarin from the
Barzal,
Rangers?
Well,
No,
that's actually one of the things that I've heard them bring up.
You know?
Impact that they haven't done well at marketing
that's what. Yeah,
their players.
they gotta figure out They gotta figure out
But
their marketing.
I mean, yeah. But yeah,
They seem okay. They seem okay with
Oh
what they
wait,
have.
Matt, I just reread the text. Your birthday. It's your birthday. It said Gizzy, not Gizmo.
Yeah. So, but yeah, New Jersey. You can't really consider to put them with the New York. You know, it's more than just the river in between. So.
All right. So is Andrew playing a game?
Yeah.
But yeah, so it'll be.
What game is this?
13 colonies.
Oh, who are the 13 colonies? Virginia, New Jersey, New York, Maryland, Maine.
He just did a whole thing on naming all the cities of every state where he had to get make sure he got the state right which he was picking him with or what put the city with the state, but he also had to pick the correct place.
Shit, you got them all in 50 seconds.
He's doing even going less with it. He's like I'm getting less impressed now.
Wait, hold on. I want to read this, Andrew. I want to see what you got.
How about Canada or Mexico? Physical features.
Nah. Let's see.
Or the Caribbean. What's the What does it say? The Antilles Islands.
I don't know. But...
What's the cartoon version of 50 states?
All right.
Oh, the flag. All right. So there. Click on Maryland.
That's it. So yeah. I don't know if I'd consider a cartoon though. Oh, this one. So it's so.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, she's cute.
Wait, wow, that's good.
Oh, Matt, did we tell you there were a few girls going out for lunch and they gave Andrew the middle finger?
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the first. That wasn't the first time.
Oh, this looks good.
Wait, so I'm confused. You're just clicking on the states that it says?
Yeah.
So what is it? It looks like.
I don't know where New Jersey is.
The biggest.
Why does Washington have the apple? You'd think like that'd be something like for New York.
Usually, is in New York the Big Apple? They call it.
Yeah, so it's I don't know what I mean. Was Washington big with apples or something?
I don't think so.
There is my favorite state.
What's your favorite state?
New York.
New York?
Yeah, that's great. See how big it is? That's a great.
My favorite state is probably
Minnesota
Florida.
with the ducks. What is that? What is the duck there? What do they have a specific thing with ducks? Yeah, Idaho potatoes. That's not surprising.
Oh yeah, Maine lobster. We went there today.
Oh, never again, too. $18 for that roll. Come on.
You're like, what the hell is that?
What the hell was that for $18?
And that was too small.
I mean, I didn't care about that. It's just, first of all, the way they served it, it was like they just threw it in there.
Yeah, it was like all shitty.
Yeah. The quesadilla looked better.
Oh, they were good.
So how come like Indiana, like nothing? Or is that Illinois that has something? One of them has nothing there. I thought Lincoln was from Indiana, not.
Alabama's known for turkeys.
I mean, hey, Arkansas,
Arizona.
diamonds, huh?
The snakes.
Vegas.
Was there a lot of snakes in AZ?
No, but there's an animal there. And
yeah, the rattlesnake.
But there's a famous animal there. It's called the javelina. It's a weird looking pig. It's a pig. It scares the hell out of you. You spot one right in front of you, you gotta like run away because they're scary looking and they're not really that good looking either, and they run away and they are really they can almost attack people too. So you got to be very careful with them.
Oh yeah, you should.
If you Doug, you should go out there for our Arizona Coyote game. And
I want to.
yeah, and if you go out there, really good Mexican food. Mexican food out there is really good.
Yeah.
You like
we have
Mexican
pretty good
food?
Mexican food here too. Because
Nah, very. I mean, it's good, but you get really authentic out there.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, well, if you go to like maybe Freehold Borough or
Yeah, I heard this place in Freehold Borough was good. Texas Mexican restaurant.
yeah, or if you go down to like Union City,
El
probably
Masana's
it's
good
just-
in Freehold.
What place?
El Masana Freehold.
Oh yeah, they're okay.
Yeah, or if you go to Manalapan too, that's pretty good too. Or go to like a city like in Jersey that's highly populated with Spanish people. So then you'll be able to get something good. I think any
All right.
state that has high Hispanic populations has.
You know,
good
I
food.
mean, it may not be like authentic, but I mean, hey, there's Taco Bells everywhere. Just go to Taco Bell, grab yourself a nice Doritos.
Andrew,
Locos
that was a
Taco.
nice game.
Yeah, thanks.
Taco Bell, not bad.
Some of
It's
the best
alright.
Mexican you'll find.
Yeah.
Nothing better than what's good at Taco Bell. I mean, I haven't had Taco Bell in at least a year or two.
Oh, is it the case?
The Nacho Del Grande.
Now you know what I like is the chalupas.
Yeah, those are really good too.
The chalupas.
I mean, everything at Taco Bell is good. I mean, really. I mean,
Yeah, but it's
you
all
know.
fake.
Even the soda's good. Even the drinks are good too.
Yeah, the freezes.
I don't know,
Yeah,
their machine is just so good.
there's actually Taco Bell right by my place, but I'm trying to eat healthy, so.
You know what's good? Moe's is good.
Oh, they're good.
What about you guys like Jose Tejas?
Very good. Jose Tejas is probably actually you talk about best Tex-Mex in Jersey. I would say that was probably the best one.
Oh, Tex-Mex. I was wondering what. Yeah, Tex-Mex. That was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Moe's, I don't know. They have like beans with everything. I'm not a big beans guy, so I'm not really a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moe's is good. Chipotle is good too. The difference with Chipotle is they charge you for chips. You go to Chipotle, like if you get a meal,
Their
they don't
chips
give
are
you
amazing though. Yeah.
They are good. Yeah.
I love
Moe's
the hot
chips are
sauce at
good.
Chipotle. The hot sauce is probably the best than any
So,
other
Brandon,
place I've
speaking
been
of
to.
hot sauce, we were doing a show. I think Jeffrey was on it. And here I am with Jeffrey. We were talking, and this is Andrew. He's legit taking his hand and eating the sauce with his finger. So I had to edit the whole video to take that part out.
I think you should have left that. That would have been gold.
No, it was disgusting.
Hey, you can't let good hot sauce go to waste.
I know, but I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that on video, though.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so we got about 2 minutes left, guys. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Well, like the Devils, no one sees them on video either.
I like this crew. This is a good crew we had tonight.
Matt, but the best thing is we have DVDs for our Stanley Cup championship. I think you guys have VHS, and they no longer exist.
No, we have DVDs.
Of your
There's a
1994
DVD.
Stanley Cup?
Yeah, who did they have to beat to get there, Doug? Who did they beat in that Game 7? It's all right.
Let's not talk about it.
So how's everyone doing?
You remember Adam Henrique?
Doug, how's the family?
Doug, are you going to your high school reunion next year?
They're doing good.
Doug, are you going to your high school reunion next year?
When is the high
Honestly, I
school
don't-
reunion for you?
Probably next year sometime. I don't know if I'm
was
going to
literally
go.
just wondering that before. You said 10 years. Wow.
Yeah, sometime next year, but I'm probably not going to go. I mean, I could to show them my suit, see that I'm winning now.
Yeah,
You
you
know, shout out to
don't
all
want
the
to go?
haters.
Why?
Huh?
You don't want to go?
No, because I don't want to deal with people like that I haven't seen in 10 years.
Well, you don't need to. It's not like it's a big deal or anything.
No, it's not.
Yeah, true.
Brandon, anything you want to add?
You may regret it though, at not going though. Later on. So
Yeah.
maybe just some.
Brandon, anything else you want to add as we head out?
I mean, I'm glad Ricky came on at the end. That was great.
Yeah, that was good.
Ricky,
Thank you.
you coming on, man.
You're welcome.
Feel free to come on in the future. Matt, you have anything else to say?
I don't know. I'm a man of few words, I guess.
Yeah, I know. Andrew?
Nope.
Ricky?
Nope. Thank you guys for inviting me. Hopefully, I got to talk to you guys soon again.
Yeah, we do it every Monday, and I'm doing a show with another co-host. It's called Dougie and Espo. So if you ever want to come on that show to discuss hockey or life, whatever you want to talk about, you're more than welcome.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Peace.
All right, take care, guys. Always a pleasure.
Peace.
Yep. Thanks for having me. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Growing up, I wanted to be in the NHL. I wanted to be just like my idol, Martin Brodeur. In life, sometimes you win some, but sometimes you will lose some. Being successful isn't about chasing a paycheck. Being successful is about chasing your passion and building a foundation to where you want to be. You only live once, so you might as well do what you love. Think big. Don't just settle. People are going to hate, doubt, and tell you that you can't. But if you put your mind to something, nothing is impossible. Think big.